So today's June 5th and 2024, and I figured I'd do a longer format update. We've done a couple shorts, but wanted to do a longer format update, giving you guys an update on what's going on over here. And at the beginning of this year, just to give you a little bit of background, I was listening to one of my favorite podcasters, Chris Williamson, and he had a guest named Alex Hormozi on the podcast. And Alex Hormozi, I did a little research on him. The dude makes over $100 million a year helping other businesses basically level up, get better. When I was listening to it, he made a comment about how maybe you're not doing better because you're not good enough. Maybe your best is not good enough. In which case, you have the opportunity to get better. You have to level up. You have to level up to get good enough to get to that next level. So as I started breaking down everything that was going on at the beginning of the year and just seeing a whole lot of unfinished work from our 2023 rebuild, realized that the only way we were going to survive is if we leveled up. So what does that mean? And so my background, I love being a design engineer. I love inventing new product. I love coming out with new stuff. And that was great when we had 4 or 5 products. And basically what had happened is we're now making over 200 products. It's huge. But we never leveled up our processes. So those processes that worked when we just had 4 or 5 products were never leveled up. And I didn't think to. I didn't even look at it. I'm more of that creative. I like inventing things, designing things. And I thought I had hired the right people to get us to that next level, to level us up on the operations side. But that's where we needed to focus, and that's where a huge breakdown was happening. So there's a huge question: how does someone level up? Or when, right now we're in a society where everyone's like, oh, well, your best is good enough. Did you try your hardest? Did you do your best? Well, if I did my best at basketball, Michael Jordan's still gonna kick my ass. It's just the way it is. It doesn't matter how good my best is at basketball, he's always gonna do better. So how do we make our best better? Well, we have to level up. Now, the great thing is all this information is out there. People have made manufacturing companies, people have made successful restaurants, people have, made successful bakeries and software companies. And so the blueprint's out there. And, like everyone, I was born knowing nothing, so I had no mentor to help me on this journey. This has just been a figuring it out as I go. So in order for us to level up the business and improve those processes that worked when we were doing low volume, now that we're sending out, 7 figures worth of product a year, those processes must evolve. So that means as a leader, I must evolve. I must evolve so I can evolve the business. I have to learn more. I have to level up my knowledge. I have to level up what I am doing so that I can lead the team to do a better job. So standards. Actually, Colin, who's not only does our filming, but also does operations for us now, is a very, very experienced operator. And he said something in a meeting earlier this year. He says, people raise themselves to a standard, but rules and guidelines, people look to how to bend them and how to break them. And so that makes a lot of sense, because most of the standards we have in place were set up 10 years ago when it was just Greg and I sitting in the basement of a credit union trying to figure this stuff out. And here we are now, manufacturing and producing at a high level. And so we need to up that standard, and that is how we are going to be able to level up the business. And if you watched the shorts before, you saw how we reverse engineered, basically starting with really, really happy customer, just having a great time using our product, all the way back to when do we order metal? And at a macro level, there's approximately 29 steps in our particular business that we identified that we need to have streamlined. We need to have new standards for. We need to level up on, so that basically this bottleneck doesn't happen again. Now, speaking of bottlenecks, I mean, the main thing is I was the bottleneck. I was the bottleneck because I hadn't learned enough to get us to that next level. But the great thing is humans are scalable if they choose to be. And that is one of the things that I'm doing. I'm being very public about it. Had a few people say I'm an absolute fool for being public about this, but I don't know what else to do except tell you guys exactly what's going on, exactly what we're doing to fix it, and exactly what I'm doing as the leader of this organization to make it better. So anyways, this is the primary takeaway that we're trying to, or that I'm trying to convey here, is that we have identified where we need to level up. The great thing is we're all pretty humble. I know it's probably very proud to say that we're pretty humble, but we're looking at this from a standpoint of what can we do better? What have we done wrong? And what can we do to fix it? And I guess let's talk about mistakes real quick. So mistakes are part of the learning process. I mean, nobody's born knowing everything, and nobody's born perfect. As far as I know, there's been one perfect man. He had a great idea that we all treat each other nice, and we killed him for it. So for those of you who are criticizing me for not being perfect, for making mistakes, guess what? I hope to make more mistakes, because if I'm making mistakes, it means I'm learning. It means that I'm pushing the envelope. I'm trying to figure out how to do things better. I'm looking at how to level things up. And so what happens when we make a mistake? We fix it. We make it right. We learn from it. We do better, and we learn how to not make that mistake again. So the theme of June is, how do we level up? And that is exactly what we're doing. It's exactly what my team and I are dedicated to do. And my lunch break's over. I got to go back down and finish this out. But I wanted to give you guys a little longer update as far as what's going on internally over here, and how we're going to better serve you and give you the best service, best customer service experience possible. So anyways, appreciate all of you. Thank you for all the support, feedback, encouragement that you guys have been giving us, and it's keeping us going. So thank you. Love you guys. Catch you on the next video.